This video may contain language inappropriate for children. No, the fuck am I kidding? You're gonna watch it anyways. What up, Notches? I am recording some gameplay on Grand Theft Auto 4 for PC. Now, instead of using Fraps or anything like that, I'm using Elgato, and the way I set that up was basically to connect an HDMI cable out of my laptop into the Elgato, just like I would do from the Xbox 360 to the Elgato, and instead of choosing Xbox 360 as the device under the settings, I chose other and then just kept it on HDMI. So it's basically just identifying it as a random HD device. And the first thing I want to point out is the frame rate isn't going to be as good as it could be, but that's because of the actual game playing on the computer, because this computer isn't capable of having this game at high frames per second unless I've really tweaked the graphics properly. So yeah, this isn't going to be the smooth gameplay right now, but that's because of the laptop, because it won't render it very smoothly unless I change the settings. But basically, the advantage here is that instead of recording it on and filling up the hard drive on the computer that I'm playing this game on, it's recording it on another laptop. And as you can see, this is pretty smooth. It's not super smooth, but it's smoother than it would be for me if I was to record with Fraps. If I was to record with Fraps, the frame rate would just drop dramatically. It wouldn't be playable at all. In this case, the recording isn't affecting it at all because this is external. It's a different laptop recording it with the Elgato. So that's why this is basically as smooth as I could possibly get it. The only issue I have so far is that, as you might hear, there is no game audio because my laptop isn't sending any audio through the HDMI. Could that person please stop inviting me to a goddamn party? Fucking God. But anyways, um, see, I lost my train of thought. And by the way, it's really late. I'm supposed to be sleeping, and this is the result of me not being able to sleep. And I really hate it when people fucking spam me with party invites. I'm not gonna join just because you spam me, alright? Seriously. Oh wow, that's weird. But yeah, the frame rate is decent, and it's way better than what it would have been if I wasn't using Elgato. And Fraps just makes huge files. Elgato makes pretty okay sized files. And I edit this on my Mac, which means it's really practical to also record it on the Mac, which is what I'm doing right now. So the only thing is I need to set my laptop to send the audio through the HDMI instead of the normal speakers. That's why I plugged headphones in, but I can actually just disconnect that. You can hear that it's picking up some of the audio from the laptop speakers, which is kind of it's not exactly what I wanted. Let's just drive in here. There we go. But yeah, so if you have both a console and a computer, I recommend that you get an Elgato because you can record on both, and when you record on PC, it won't affect the frame rate at all. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, so maybe I'll bring you guys some GTA 4 mods in the future if that wouldn't make this too laggy. And I can get better frame rates than this, but I just haven't tweaked the graphics enough. And as you can see, I should have some higher resolution as well, but I can change that as well. So in the future, this will definitely get a lot better. Jesus, this guy is not giving up. This guy is really not giving up. But yeah, I like the multiplayer in normal GTA 4 better than the multiplayer in Valorant, so maybe I'll bring you some gameplay of that as well. And yeah, and the thing is, if I get this to send the audio through the HDMI instead, I can also use Skype and get audio if I'm going to play with someone else. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, future's looking bright with this stuff. But yeah, as I said, I gotta fix the audio. But this is probably the best way to record anything from your PC, and you can record literally anything because you're basically just recording whatever the laptop is sending through the HDMI cable. So if you want to record just normal tutorials or anything like that, you can easily do that with the Elgato as well. So it's really without limits when it comes to what you want to record. The only thing I want to point out is, gosh dang it, is is whenever you exit a game and go back to desktop, it'll stop the recording because, and I would recommend you stop the recording before you do that because it might not save it because for the Elgato it appears as if you just disconnected the HDMI cable. The reason why that happens is because whenever you go back to, wow, that was laggy. Whenever you go back to the desktop, there's about a second where the laptop doesn't send any signal through the HDMI. So it basically appears to the Elgato as if you just disconnected the cable. And it might not be able to save the recording apparently. That's at least what happened the first time I tried to record this, but I got a lot better frame rate on gameplay now than I had earlier, so I guess that's kind of for the better in this case. But at least I'd recommend that you stop the recording before you leave the game, or else it might not save. But yeah, I'm really glad I figured this out late at night. That's what happens when I can't sleep, apparently. Look at that, that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is possibly the best way of recording it. And as you can see, the frame rate is good. It's recording a decent frame rate. I mean, you can obviously see it's not like 30 frames per second or anything like that. But that's because of the laptop. But for you guys that have laptops that are able to play the games but get laggy whenever you record gameplay, this is the solution because everything you're doing in terms of recording is external, and you can tweak the audio while you're recording it. You can turn up and down the game audio and turn up and down the audio on your microphone, and it doesn't affect whatever gameplay is going on in the computer. So it's really, you get a lot more options while recording because if you're recording with Fraps, you can't leave the game, or either that or you have to leave the game to control anything. If you can even change the settings while you're recording, which I don't think you can. And this also gives you the ability to easily stream straight to Twitch because that's what you already do with the Elgato software. So this is pretty much the ultimate way of recording your gameplay. And I'm probably gonna do that in the future. I want to bring more PC gameplay. Maybe I'll bring some. What is it called? The game that was pretty popular. Garry's Mod, because that's pretty cheap on Steam, I think. So I might buy that game and make some gameplays of that. So yeah, because I tried to record with Fraps once, and it was the worst recording experience I've ever had. The files. Oh, achievement! How do I home? Wow, walk free. You successfully lost a 4-star. Ooh, awesome. But yeah, um, I tried Fraps once, and first of all, they made huge files, like gigantic files, and uh, and not only that, but the frame rate dropped incredibly. As you can see, the frame rate is actually pretty bad right here. Oh, whoa, that was glitchy. Oh god, I gotta get out of this vehicle. But the frame rate just dropped dramatically, and in this case, if I was to play Grand Theft Auto, it wouldn't be playable. It would probably be like around 3 frames per second or whatever. I'm actually gonna jump because I'm gonna die with it. But yeah, and not only that, but I also had problems with the audio getting unsynchronized, and it was unsynchronized in such a weird way. Like I couldn't just separate the audio and the video and then just move the audio and make it fit. No, it was unsynchronized in different parts of the videos. It was impossible to fix it. That was probably just a bug or whatever. But yeah, that didn't really work out for me. This, on the other hand, works really well. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys later.